Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McCullough. This is tomorrow's transfers today, number 47 of the summer. As you can see, we've made 3 signings already. 4 have left Manchester United. And with a couple of weeks to go, now the window for Manchester United closes on August the 9th. We're expecting there to be a flurry of action. Not only that, but producer Chris has given me a hell of a lot of stories to chat about today. When I say 50, he's giving me close to 50. He's giving me 7. We are talking today. Koulibaly, Yerry Mina, Cruz, Thiago Alcantara, Anthony Martial, Paul Pogba and Andreas Pereira. That is who we're discussing today. I can already see Mohit, Tom, BMW Racing, Kyle, producer Chris, Mohit again. I can see all of your guys' comments coming through, so make sure you're keeping it locked. And before I get stuck into these stories, actually, can I just say thank you to every single one of you guys that are subscribed to Full Time Devils on YouTube. Today we hit 450,000 subscribers, and I remember when we had 1,000. It's been a crazy ride. And we appreciate every single one of you. And there's going to be so much more coming. It's great that we've hit 450k now on the horizon of a new season. Hopefully it's a lot better from Manchester United this season. And it will be a lot better from us as well. Because we intend on improving year on and year in. And we will do that again. So keep it locked. And thank you very much to everybody for, of course, subscribing. 450,000. 450k. Say it again. Anyway, let's get stuck into these stories now. We have got not Tony Cruz, the first one. The first one is Koulibaly. Yes, we're talking Koulibaly. And apparently, Goal are saying a €100 million offer has been knocked back. In fact, Goal aren't saying this. Napoli are saying this. Napoli are saying an €100 million offer has been knocked back by a Premier League club. And Goal are speculating that it could be Manchester United or Chelsea. I love these articles, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they make me bloody laugh. If I didn't laugh, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by Wirecast, they know United and Chelsea are going to bring hits for them. So Goal have said, speculating, oh, I wonder if Napoli are talking about Man United or Chelsea. They know that no one can turn around to them and say, hey, you lot said United and Chelsea were interested in them. Because they've not actually said that. But they're still going to get those clicks from the likes of producer Chris, from the likes of everybody else. In terms of Manchester United's name, it's really, really funny. And I don't think Manchester United are in for him at all. I really don't think Manchester United are in for Koulibaly. I do think Koulibaly is a good centre-half. We need a centre-half. We should be getting in for him. We hear about links to Maguire, to this, to that. We need a centre-half. I would like to see Manchester United sign one. Do I think it's going to be Koulibaly? Probably not. Could it be Yerry Mina? Because Yerry Mina has also been linked to Manchester United. And unfortunately, I used the word producer Chris described it and I agreed when I read up on it. It's a tenuous link between Manchester United and Yerry Mina. RMC in France have come out and said, oh, Everton, Lyon have bid €30 million for him. Man United are linked. So they're basically just chucking as much shit as possible. Throwing it all and hoping something sticks. I don't think Manchester United are in for Yerry. That's why I love Sport Witness as well, because they just break it down for you. They break it down for you. Yerry Mina had a decent World Cup for Colombia, scored a couple of goals, scored that goal against England. All that stuff, I know. Do I want Yerry Mina at Man United? Probably not. But do I think United are in for him? Probably not. Do I think Everton or Lyon are in for him? Possibly. And that's why Man United's name then gets chucked in. Because like with the Koulibaly story, like with everything else, like with agents, like with clubs, as soon as they be like, yo, United are interested, even if it's not true, they want to believe it so that they can crank that price up. And €30 million, by the way, being linked with the offer of that, that's quite a snip for someone like Yerry Mina. And if Everton got him for €30 million, I could see a few people probably looking around if United don't make a signing and being like, why weren't we in for him? We need a centre-half. But I don't think we will get him. I don't think we will get him. Amit says we need an experienced defender, and I totally agree with him as well. Graham says subscribe, please. What have I missed, guys? We've been talking Koulibaly and Yerry Mina. Goal have linked Koulibaly to Manchester United and Chelsea just because Napoli said that they've had an offer from a Premier League club. Yerry Mina has been linked with Manchester United by RMC just because Everton and Lyon are apparently in the bidding for him. I don't think either of them are true. I don't particularly want the Yerry Mina one to be true. Koulibaly, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if it was true. But do I think United are going to get him? Probably not. Probably not. Another person that I don't think Manchester United are going to get. See, there's a lot of... we're just going to keep going, and I'm just going to keep getting wound up more and wound up. You can already see what's on the horizon as well. I'm talking about two of my favourite players later on. Producer Chris has set this up well, and he's getting me wound up as I go along, just so I can crack later in the show. I see you, Producer Chris. Tony Cruz has been linked with Manchester United. I remember when Stephen Alson told me he was signing for United in 2014 or 15. I'm still waiting on that one. Nevertheless, Tony Cruz has been linked with Manchester United by AS. Now, AS yesterday said that United don't want Bale anymore. We've abandoned it for Bale, and we're jumping on the cruise ship, apparently. And now, that's been reported elsewhere, like Tribal and stuff like that. Tony Cruz to Manchester. First of all, we'd all love it. I think that goes without saying. So I'm not saying we don't want him. Is it going to happen? Just look at who it's being reported by. Tribal football. Tribal football. I could sit in my bedroom and make better transfer rumours than these bellends. Tribal football. AS, by the way, we know what they're always doing. Why would... Listen to me. This is what I don't get with the Bale stuff as well. Why would Lopetegui, have I said that right? Why would he want to sell Cristiano Ronaldo, then say, I know, let's sell Tony Cruz, let's sell Gareth Bale, let's sell Rafael Varane, let's sell Marcelo, let's just sell all of our team that won the Champions League, why don't we? Why would that happen? It wouldn't. It's not happening. Tony Cruz ain't going nowhere. Another player, actually, you know what? Thiago is one that I think could be on the move. And the reason I think this, and that's up next, by the way, Thiago Alcantara is the fourth story of today. I'm sorry if I'm flying through these quite quick as well, but it's because, obviously, Producer Chris has given me 50 stories today. So Thiago, it's been reported in ESPN that Manchester United have made inquiries with Bayern Munich, and so have Chelsea. Now, Kicker, I remember speaking about the Kicker story. Was picked up by British press, maybe around the 30th mark in tomorrow's transfers today, where they said that Bayern Munich wanted 70 million euros for Thiago Alcantara. Now, he's probably worth that, let's be honest. They've got a hell of a lot of central midfielders. He could possibly be on the move. They're going to be looking to strengthen their team. I wouldn't be surprised to see him being one that moves. Do Manchester United go in for him? Will we go in for him? I can't see us spending upwards of 50, 60, 70 million euros on a central midfielder after Fellaini has decided to stay. We're going to talk about Andreas Pereira, Pogba later. With those guys staying, I can't see us signing another central midfielder. That is why I wanted Fellaini to leave. As ruthless as it was, I know Fellaini's done good things for us. I wanted us to let his contract run down, let him go, and bring in a new central midfielder alongside Fred. That didn't happen. And all these links with a central midfielder, I don't think we're signing a central midfielder. Maybe a fullback, maybe a centre-half, maybe a right winger. We're not signing a central midfielder. I just can't see that happening. Can't see it happening. I would love Thiago Alcantara in a Man United shirt. But then you think we'd have Matic, Fred, Pogba, Thiago. Now, in anyone, Thiago would be top 3 in that. But can you see Jose pushing Matic or Fred to the bench or Pogba? Like, it doesn't make sense to do that. So I can't see Thiago coming in. Unless, of course, the Pogba story that we speak about later is true. But no, I don't think it's going to happen. A story that I hope doesn't happen. Next. My boy Tony Marshall. Now, it seemed to settle down. It seemed to look like, we were going to get away with no more stories about Tony Marshall. He seemed happy in training and everything. but they've piped up and they've reared their ugly head again in the last couple of days, sorry. And apparently Martial's agent saying he still wants to move. Obviously they're still in contract negotiations, but there's been other stories. Jose doesn't mind selling him as long as he gets enough money. He wants to bring someone in like Will.i.am, and you're thinking, Jose, don't let one of the best young players go to bring in a 30-year-old. What the fuck are you doing? And it's an interesting one. Now, me personally, if I was Anthony Martial, so if I'm Anthony Martial, I'm a French lad that's got all this talent, that has come from Monaco, that has no, he's not a Man United fan. If I was Anthony Martial, I would probably not want to play for Jose Mourinho. Personally, thinking of it outside the box. But what I'm hoping is we keep a hold of him. We need to keep a hold of him. I still don't think this one's over. Apparently he wants to stay in the Premier League. I don't think Manchester United will be sending him to another Premier League club. I just don't think that will be happening. So, yeah, I don't think Martial will go to another Premier League club. But the Sun are saying he wants to stay in the Premier League. Now that again, it could be absolute bollocks because it's coming from the Sun. Do you know what I mean? But we're going to see this now. With there being, Jose Mourinho looks unhappy every single time he sits in front of a camera. He looks depressed. He looks like he hates being in the job. You look at the players, you look at with there being rumours just going around, contract negotiations, his agent saying this, we've got to come to accept these stories up until the transfer window closes. And hopefully, the transfer window closes with Anthony Martial being a Manchester United player, and not playing for somebody else. But let's wait and see on that one what happens there. I don't think Tony Martial's going anywhere though. At least I hope so. Fuck's sake. A player that I definitely think's not going anywhere. Now, a player that definitely isn't going anywhere this summer is Paul Bill Pogba. Now, Correo del Sport, thank you to Sport Witness for helping us with this one, are reporting that Pogba is interested in Juventus. Now, it's obvious they would want him. And they're saying Pogba is on a list, Juventus' list, with Sergej Milinkovic-Savic and another name that I forgot now. And Juventus are hoping to raise 300 million euros more. 300 million euros more in sales of Higuain and all these kind of guys to bring Paul Pogba or Sergej Milinkovic-Savic or someone like that to the club. Now, me personally, what I think's happened in Italy is that since Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Juventus, they've gone giddy in the press. They're thinking Juventus can sign whoever they want now. Realistically, I don't think Juventus are going to be making another 100 million plus signing this summer, and that's what Paul Pogba would cost. I don't think Paul Pogba's going to leave Manchester United. Not this summer anyway. If he does leave in 2, 3, 4 years' time, okay, cool. But I don't think he's leaving this summer. So all these stories, I'd dash him in the bin, to be totally honest with you. I would dash them in the bin. Now we're on to our final story, and I like this one because it's based on press conference quotes. Something that definitely happened, and Pereira's being quoted in ESPN in regards to the fact that he doesn't want to go on loan. And he's been working with Kieran McKenna, working with Michael Carrick, working with Mourinho in terms of his position in the squad. Now, what's been interesting with Jose Mourinho is he's always, well not always, but he's occasionally played Pereira in a number 6 role in a lion position against Wigan in his first ever game, on last season's pre-season tour, and occasionally on this pre-season tour he's played Pereira deeper in that midfield. Could they be trying to sort this guy out for him to eventually replace Michael Carrick? Could that be something that, I know in stature he's not the same as Michael Carrick, but could they have seen something in him where they could say, because he's very good with the ball, he's tenacious, he can get about, he's got control, can read the game. Have they seen that he could potentially be the successor to that? Now, with the way our midfield's set up, I think Andreas Pereira will get a lot of game time. Well, not a lot of game time, but I'd rank him above McTominay. I'd rank him, after Fred, Matic, Pogba, there's no reason why Pereira can't be next to Herrera and Fellaini, because he offers something different to those players. Like, Herrera offers something different to Fellaini, Pereira offers something different to both of them. I think he's better than McTominay. And we saw the amount of games McTominay got last season. So if Pereira shows Jose that he can trust him, which is a big thing, then I think Andreas Pereira will get a few games this season and he'll have a big opportunity to prove himself. Dennis says Andreas deserves a chance. I agree with you there as well. From the squared circle to the lights of Old Trafford, the incredible story. I don't know who that is. Man United shouldn't be a side bitch for Bale, waiting for him to leave Real Madrid, says Aman. Yes, we shouldn't really. We've not spoken about Bale today, so I don't know why you've just randomly said that. Unless you're reacting to somebody in the comments. Howson said Pogba to Barcelona is 80% likely. Don't listen to that guy. Man United shouldn't be a side piece. Why? What's all this talk about side pieces, man? The best side piece is KFC gravy or coleslaw. That's quite good as well. Jose loves Fellaini if his heading ability. Oh, sorry, Timothy, your comments moved on very quick. Jamie asked me if I saw the Zlatan video. You don't really believe that guy, do you? You think he's gone in and spoke to Jose about who he's signing? Come on, don't be so silly. Someone stick a rocket up Jose's ass, says somebody else in the comments. And I actually agree with that. Now I understand why Jose's so pessimistic. Because the preparation for the season hasn't been great. Whilst it's been great to see the likes of Angel Gomez, Tahith Chong, Axel Tuanzebe, etc. being a part of this pre-season squad, James Garner as well, Mason Greenwood. Whilst it's been good to see them being part of the squad, ideally we'd have hoped we could have left most of them at home because it would have meant we would have had a full first team squad. Now, we can't really complain about this because we knew a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that the World Cup was going to be here. We knew last season the transfer window was going to have changed. So we had time to prepare for this. So we can't be, it's not a surprise. So I find it strange that so much is being made of it. But at the same time, I understand why Jose is disappointed in those things. It'd be nice to have a full squad to prepare for the season. It'd be nice to have a few more signings in. The board hasn't backed in properly this window, I believe. And it'd be nice, to be able to go into the season being prepared a little bit better. But on the other hand, Jose Mourinho, you are Manchester United manager. Jose Mourinho, this is your third season. Jose Mourinho, please smile. Jose Mourinho, why is it every time I hear you talk, I don't feel excited or infused as a Manchester United fan. And at this time in the season, although I don't want false hope, I don't want him to come out and say, oh yeah, we're going to win the league and all this. But smile. You know what I mean? You're Man United manager. Biggest club in the world, the best job in the world. Now, that could hint at, his mood could hint at, the board is pissing him off. And that wouldn't surprise me. But don't take that out on your team. Don't take that out on your own players. Don't take that out on your fans. And try and build some positive energy. Because right now, I ain't looking forward to the season. And I don't know if you guys are. But I need something to happen. Now, no doubt when August the 10th comes along, I'm going to be going to Old Trafford, saying we're going to win the league, feeling confident, feeling positive, as you usually do. But right now, I don't feel like that. And I think United need to have, we've got a few weeks to rescue this summer. And hopefully, we do that. And it's not just in signing players. It's in the whole mood as well. The mood needs to change. Anyway, guys, I've been Adam McCullough. This has been Full Time Devils. This has been tomorrow's transfers today. I am happy in a nutshell. Obviously, I'll be excited for the new season when it comes. But right now, it's not feeling great, is it? Which is a bit weird. Anyway, I've been Adam McCullough. This has been tomorrow's transfer today. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for 450k. Tomorrow, we're back with a huge debate around midday UK time. So keep it locked for that. And for now, see you later.